the summer period, my son has been deep into sleeping in past noon. So waking him up for his 9 a.m. driving lesson was something he really wasn't looking forward to. So to motivate him, I asked if he had seen the test unit downstairs. He comes back up with a grin from ear to ear and asks, "May I drive it?" To which I reply, "Yeah." But it was enough to wake him up 3 hours early. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2025 Nissan Patrol. Uy. Jack, did I ever tell you I'm scared of heights? Oh my God. Immediately, I can tell you, thanks to the AutoDeal app on iOS and Android, that although there is only one variant, it starts at 5,385,000 Philippine pesos. It starts there because depending on your color choice, there will be a few extras added on. For instance, this Everest White with a black roof comes in with a premium of 30,000 Philippine pesos. Despite that price though, I found it quite shocking because I used the comparo tool on our website and compared it to, well, without even mentioning, you already know, it's bigger, more powerful, and more affordable by over 300,000 Philippine pesos. And its history, by the way, is just as fascinating. Thanks for the camera angle, by the way, Jack.
My arms hurt.
Conceived in the post-World War II era as a rugged utilitarian vehicle designed to meet critical national needs, the full-size SUV has been a cornerstone of Nissan's global automotive presence since its inception in 1951 as the 4W60, available only in Japan. It achieved an early and significant milestone by becoming the first vehicle to successfully ascend Mount Fuji, cementing its reputation for toughness and reliability. About a decade later, it gained praise from Down Under as the first vehicle to be driven across the world's longest parallel sand dunes of the Simpson Desert back in 1962 in a G60. Not long after, Nissan began exporting the Patrol to other harsh environments like Africa and the Middle East. Fast forward to the years of big hair and baggy jeans on our shores, the Patrol was itself a dignitary on the road with its commanding presence and at times daunting as official vehicles to the Commander-in-Chief. Onward and past several generations with notable advancements focused on enhancing comfort and convenience, we arrive at this 7th generation Y63, which is also known stateside as the Nissan Armada, which is a cousin of the Infiniti QX80. Big doesn't even begin to describe this bad boy. Imagine a Nissan Terra. Now, add 5 inches to its height, 7 inches to its width, 9 inches to its wheelbase, and a total of 18.5 inches in its total length. This isn't even a 7-seater. It's an 8-seater. It is literally a whale with a heart just as big as powerful too. Codenamed VR35DDTT, it is a twin-turbo, gasoline-powered V6 that is mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. It's got 6 drive modes and a 4-wheel drive system that produces 425 horses and 700 Newton-meters of torque. Now, if you are in the position where you feel as if that it is a burning desire for you to find out what the fuel consumption figures of this vehicle are, then there's a good chance that this is not for you, which is why I have those figures. On the highway, we were able to eke out 12.2 kilometers per liter. Not so good inside the city, easy traffic, 5 kilometers per liter. Carmageddon, 2.7 kilometers per liter. And I'm not even making this up. With great power comes great fuel consumption, if you know what I mean. Also, this thing does weigh over 2,700 kilograms. So there's that. Oh, and also, if the code name of this engine sounds familiar, it's because it's a relative of the GTR. And if you'd like to watch that video, the links are somewhere down below. The V-Motion grille has been reimagined with both vertical and horizontal strokes, featuring a 3-dimensional honeycomb mesh designed to optimize airflow to the radiator for improved cooling. Bold LED headlights flow seamlessly, and curtains divide airflow horizontally, which reduce lift and increase downforce. A contrasting black roof provides an aerodynamic silhouette, while the window chrome accents travel straight on from the A pillar and is kicked up by the D pillar, emphasizing a very proud badge. Repeaters, cameras, and puddle lights on the mirrors are but a morsel of available tech, all kept above a staggering 244 millimeters of ground clearance by 20-inch alloys wrapped in 275/60s. On its tukas, wraparound LED taillights with a full-width lamp contribute to the modern and futuristic rear. And the tow hook can haul a pair of adult kalabaos pulling a huge-ass bahay kubo, yung hindi munti. The Patrol is also equipped with air suspension, blending luxury and capability, automatically adjusting ride height and damping for different driving conditions. Much like it'll lower when I want to get inside the car. See, it's inclusive of short people. Kneel before me! The automatic ride height adjustment lowers at highway speeds for better aerodynamics, fuel efficiency, if you can imagine, and handling. Raises significantly in off-road modes, up to 70 millimeters more ground clearance to clear, obstacles, and drops when parked to simplify ingress and egress. Paired with e-damper technology, it actively adapts damping to terrain, enhanced on-road comfort, and off-road capability. Now, at the rear, thanks to the air suspension, you also have the ability to lower the rear of the vehicle with a push of a button right here so that it helps you load heavier items into the back. What's also amazing is the amount of cargo space that you have in this vehicle. This is in its setup for 8 passengers, meaning the third row is up, and you still have 467 liters of space here at the back, which may not be big enough for a balikbayan box, but a wheelchair, a stroller, luggage, look at this is a full-size umbrella, that's quite large. With a push of a button, when you fold the third row, you're looking at over 1,400 liters of space. And then if you need even more space than that, you can fold the second row, which will give you over 2,500 liters of space. I mean, that's U-Haul size. Second row easily tumbles forward, which means ingress and egress into the third row is not going to be an issue. Look at this third row. It's good for 3 people. I've got decent thigh support, a lot more decent than other third rows out there. And the space, depending on how generous the person in front of you is in the second row, I mean, look at that. Look at that space, man. That's like the van size already. Anyway, leather is all the way till the third row, which is always going to be good. Back here, you have cup holders on either side. Power outlets, or rather in the form of USB Type-Cs. Also air vents up on top. grab bars or crap bars. And I can recline. Yeah, boy! Power recline third rows. How does that compute? Again, these seats, super easy to tumble. They're very light. The amount of leather that you have inside this cabin is redonkulous. I feel like PETA's gonna come after them. It's so nice. Okay, let's start from top to bottom. You have a panoramic roof followed by air vents up on top. You have 2 monitors directly in front of you for the left and right passengers, which can mirror your phone, or you can plug in a USB via a Type-C port or an HDMI. Below, you have your air controls, and not just that, your temperature controls as well, because ultra luxurious. Underneath that, you have 2 USB charging points that are Type-C and a 12-volt socket. Boatloads of space. Look at that. Easily cross my legs. Headroom is not an issue at all. There is so much space in here. Look at this. When I put the center armrest down with 2 cup holders, it's like I'm a lifetime away from Jack. It's like, Papa, can you hear me? No? Okay, maybe something a little bit younger. How about, hey, what's your name?
Nah, no, we're not doing that.
Okay, so maybe not. He's right. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer or to nitpick, but I kind of expected sunshades, you know? Only because there are cars that are less premium and much more affordable than this, and they have them. So I just expected it, you know. Up front, first and foremost, you're greeted by not one, but a pair of 14.3-inch screens, which are really, really big and clear, that run as your instrument and your infotainment cluster. Now, suffice to say, there's Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and they're both wireless. But the screens also have this really cool, well, it's more than just a parlor trick. You can have it displayed on both screens that act as one screen, so you can see the road up ahead to aid you in, let's say, for example, driving in the tight streets of the metro or when you're going off-road. The four-wheel drive system with a 2-speed transfer case has an electronic locking rear diff and a drive and terrain mode selector with 6 modes: standard, eco, sports, sand, mud, and rock. This flagship SUV has a slew of advanced driver assist systems, including ProPilot and Nissan Connect services. Now, the audio is piped through a Klipsch premium audio system, which is powerful enough, no doubt. It's just that, again, I might be picking here, I wish that I could manipulate this system a little bit more rather than just the bass, the treble, and the mid. I think it's kind of a miss. What isn't amiss, however, is the physical controls for the audio and the air. It's just great to be able to get to them immediately. It's like, it's too loud, it's too hot. It's just nice that they're there immediately. Also, not too happy with the amount of piano black that you have inside this car. I think that's a bit much. Could have made it a bit different there. But I am happy about the numerous amounts of soft touch points around this car. It is so soft, comfortable, and padded up in this place. It's like a psych ward in here, man. Also, what's cool is the zero gravity seats. They're so soft, they're ventilated, and they're powered. It's amazing. It's just great. And plus, also, there's a cool box in here. Yeah. Although we're using it as a storage place right now. But yeah, it's a cool box.
How do you switch from doing that crazy guy part to just like carrying on like it's nothing?
You've met my family, right? Now, it may look like there are a myriad of buttons to get this apartment moving, but the truth is, you're only really gonna need one. This one right here. But before we do, please consider subscribing to our channel because, well, this vehicle has a 98-liter fuel tank, and Jack has a lead foot. I can't afford the music! See? It's quick, easy. It's hot. See? Quick, easy. I like it, I like it. Oh my gosh, that's nice. Nissan aircon, panalo. The funny thing is, this twin-turbo V6 actually outperforms the previous V8 with acceleration and drivability. However, that being said, it can still be somewhat of a brute, which is why when I was driving it inside Metro Manila traffic, I had to switch from standard to eco because the 700 newton meters of torque would just kick in even at lower RPMs. And I found myself trying to catch the brake pedal faster than I could touch the accelerator pedal. So yeah, to drive this thing inside the city, heavy traffic, better on eco. But worry not, because the 700 newton meters are always on tap. And even on eco, when you floor it, yeah, there's still a lot of grunt to give you. The overall better insulation has made the cabin much quieter, and even when you take on road imperfections, it does so with ease. And there's no rattling about, especially when you're rolling. I mean, out on the highway, when you go over a bump, the car is like, it's basically a footnote at the end of a 600-page book. But when you're in the city, that's when it's different. You can't be too much of an eager driver inside the city because, well, it's not going to throw you from the first row into the second row immediately. No, nothing like that. But if you take an imperfection the wrong way, trust me, your wife will cuss you out and stare you down. Jack made an absolutely awesome point when he said that this car is a responsibility to drive because you are literally bigger than everyone else. So when you are out on the road, you're gonna want to not be that guy that sort of like is a bully on the road that everybody ends up hating. Don't be that jerk, or worse yet, an asshole. Nissan's ProPilot inside the Patrol is one of the things that have really been able to bring the car into the now. The ProPilot plus all the other technological advances that they've put inside this car have really made sure that this car, much like the previous model, will be around for quite some time. And I know a lot of you will want to make sure that the Patrol stays around because although it's not like the previous V8, we're pretty sure that there are a heck of a lot more people that prefer a twin-turbo V6 than batteries in an electric motor, right? The Nissan Patrol's journey from a post-war utility vehicle to a global automotive icon is underscored by its impressive sales figures and widespread adoption across continents. With over 1.9 million units sold globally since 1951, the Patrol's durability, reliability, premium design, safety, comfort features, and unmatched all-terrain performance have resonated with generations of loyal customers. It is most definitely a dramatic increase in power and refinement. Unfortunately, its price tag and fuel consumption are not for the faint of heart or those with light pockets. So definitely not for the most of us. So you might be compelled to think that I belong in a mental institution from what I'm about to say, which is, I think it's actually a good deal. Because as I mentioned earlier, try our Comparo tool on our website and put it up against its local rival, which is obviously going to be the Land Cruiser, and you'll find that this car is in fact longer, wider, more powerful, and comes in at over 300,000 Philippine pesos more affordable.